If you looked at the Miller farm from a distance, you'd be hard-pressed to tell what they raised on it. It was just a big patch of dirt with a house, 9 big black barns, a flat-roofed concrete barn nearby, a tractor shed, and a green patch of Swiss chard out back. But turning in the gate, you'd know those big black barns were full of chickens. The crooning noise and the warm smell would soon tell you. Now, the Binochet farm next door, there was no doubt about that. Strangers could pick it out half a mile away. A dairy farm with green fields along a riverbank, big black and white cows up to their hocks in grass, and rolls of hay plastic-wrapped like giant salamis. Everything about the Binochets' place was tidy. From that half-mile view it looked like a toy cow farm with its fresh-painted barns and picket fences. Tucker's mother-in-law always commented, and today was no different. On the way back from the train station, as Tucker drove around that curve in the road, she called out from her seat, "Stop! Stop right here!" Tucker pulled over, the car brushing sun-dried grasses and disturbing small blue and yellow butterflies. Grandma lowered her window. She smiled down on the black and white cows, the neat fences, the long swoop of the Greyhawk River. "Now that's what I call a farm." In the seat beside her, Josh felt the sting of unsaid words. He wanted to lean toward her and shout in her good ear, "Pardon me, Grandma. Our farm doesn't have the river for irrigation or hired hands to make pretty picket fences, but we have happy chickens. Yes, ma'am, the Miller chickens are equally happy and healthy as those Hereford cows. And if you look past the Binochets' farm, past the black barns and dust, you'll see a dark green field of Swiss chard that gets watered nearly every day. I know because I turn on the sprinklers, and you won't get better Swiss chard anywhere. That's what gives our famous eggs their rich yellow yolks that people like to see with their bacon and hash browns." Of course, he didn't say a word. He sat in the back seat as still as a rock, sharing his father's silence, while the heat poured through Grandma's open window and the blue and yellow butterflies flew back into shade in the long grass. When Tucker told him Grandma was coming to keep house for them, Josh had been half pleased, half afraid, and he hadn't known which half was which. Now he remembered. One half was about her pickiness, the way she criticized everything, and the other concerned her cooking. She could do suppers 100 delicious ways, and her peach pies were even better than the peach pies made by his mom, who had the same recipe. He promised himself he would think of Grandma's cooking every time she got picky. That seemed only fair. Grandma looked like a cook. She was a widely spaced woman, different from her daughter, who was tall and lean, and it always seemed strange to Josh that a grandmother could have young skin matched up with old hair. From where he sat, the side of her face was as smooth as sanded wood, while her pinned-up hair was like a heap of snow. Without a word, Tucker rolled up the window from his side and steered the car back onto the road. "How's their little girl?" Grandma asked. "Annabelle who's McCall-it?" "Annabelle Binochet," Josh said loudly. "She's not little, Grandma. She's 14 and grown." He stopped, unable to describe the changes in Anna Lee. Last summer, she wasn't much bigger than he was, and they climbed trees together in the woods at the back of the farm. This summer, she didn't climb trees. She was tall and had bumps in her T-shirt. But that wasn't all. Her ears were pierced. She wore bright pink nail polish, and there was a silver ring on one of her toes. When she said a boy named Bob had given her the toe ring, Josh had felt a creeping sadness. His friend Anna Lee was leaving him for a world that seemed uncomfortably distant.